we'll consider it appropriate time. But Justice Asif Saeed Khan Kosa gives a finding.
With regards to...
It's a finding, clear-cut finding.
Yeah.
Okay, we cannot do this exercise.
We cannot do this exercise.
Has Khwakwani was discussed in Samiullah Baloch?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I find that a bit strange.
It is quite so, sir.
Because this is not, it's 2015 and,
That's right.
and Samiullah is...
It's 2018, sir.
So it's soon after.
Yes. And I don't know if any of the members who were part of this bench were also part of Samiullah. I suppose not.
Yes.
What about the majority judgment? You see the majority.
Majority opinion, my lord, these were additional. The unanimous decision, these are additional notes.
ये additional notes हैं. The majority didn't touch upon this.
जी 289 to 90 पे वो खत्म हो रहा है, वो कुछ नहीं बात की उन्होंने, इस पे नहीं की.
4 सवाल उन्होंने फ्रेम कर दिए,
छोड़ दिए. अच्छा सर,
साहब ने कहा कि इसको हम देखेंगे appropriate case में.
What was the case about?
My lord, this case Ishaq Khwakwani, my lord, this was
कोई disqualification.
जी disqualification का case था. It was Ishaq Khwakwani.
Directly in point.
Now,
didn't do it anything.
Now you want us to decide these questions.
My lord, this is a very important question. First and foremost, the declaration by which court of law, my lord the Chief Justice, on the first date of hearing, had observed that while referring to Article 175, clauses 1 and 2, that the Constitution envisages 3 sorts of courts. Well, there's a Supreme Court, High Court, and the courts established by law. And then the jurisdiction exercised by these courts are either conferred upon them by the Constitution. In the case of Supreme Court, all jurisdictions are conferred upon it by the Constitution. In the case of High Court, it's the original constitutional jurisdiction under 199 is conferred by the Constitution, but by law, jurisdiction can also be conferred upon it. And then there are courts which are established by law itself.
No, but there is another constitutional court which you've not mentioned, which is the Federal Shariat Court. And the Federal Shariat Court has exclusive domain of determining Islamic matters.
That's right, sir.
And some of these clauses pertain to exclusive Islamic domain.
G. 175 doesn't make a reference to Federal Shariat Court.
Why is that court not the appropriate court then? It deals with Islam, so that should be the appropriate court.
It could be, but then when we examine what that declaration could be and under what law would it be, then we have to then see whether it is Federal Sharia Court, in fact, which can give that sort of declaration. I mean, if it is a civil declaration, for example.
If Federal Sharia Court में ये question गया है आपके information के मुताबिक?
नहीं जी, नहीं. So if I may. If the dispute is inter se two parties, it's a private civil dispute, and a dispute is decided, and while deciding a dispute, a finding comes out. I don't know how conceivable would it be, but let's say, for the sake of argument, a finding comes out that a person dishonestly not honor its contract. And that finding
to be decide ही नहीं हुआ इस जजमेंट के अंदर.
जी सर नहीं.
मेजॉरिटी में भी नहीं, ये भी नहीं कहा किसी और केस में देखेंगे.
ये तो कहा कि किसी और में देखेंगे. ये जो ABCD था, but Justice Jawad Khwaja observed that in an appropriate case we'll examine it, but then it was never examined.
अब देखिए D जो है talks about Islamic injunctions.
जी.
E talks about Islamic teachings, Islam.
जी.
F though does not mention Islam but kind of brings in the concepts which are recognized in Islam. Now, would this not then be in the domain of the Federal Shariat Court? No court has ever even considered Federal Shariat Court to be competent in this regard.
Could be, my lord. I don't know. That is something.
I'm just posing a question.
Gee, I mean, but when we look at a little bit of, if I may take you through.
अब उनकी jurisdiction Federal Shariat Court की on hudud and Islamic injunctions पे.
My lord, there is another aspect.
So I don't know. I mean, it's a very.
इसका एक थोड़ा और aspect भी होगा. वो aspect ये हो सकता है. For example, under Penal Code, Section 403, a person who dishonestly misappropriates property. Now, there is an element of dishonesty while misappropriating property, and it's an offense, punishment of which is up to 2 years.
Which some other person has mentioned earlier, then you will be convicted, plus you will be disqualified for life because you're dishonest.
Right, and if the punishment was more than 2 years, So फिर 63(1)(h) में आ जाते हैं कि ये moral turpitude हो गया तो बस
This
वो
is
2
what I
साल.
wanted to ask कि moral turpitude में कौन से offences आते हैं?
Your ladyship, now this term was examined in Samiullah Baloch, and if I may draw your attention to paragraph 26 of Samiullah, they actually, after examining various definitions and meanings, Samiullah then holds that page 432 of PLD 2018 Supreme Court 405, page 438. So moral turpitude's non-exhaustive definition was, so to speak, was provided in Samiullah.
No, but considering that Ishaq Hakwani leaves the question open, but then Samiullah does refer to civil original jurisdiction, and they've tried to do that. So they've carved out one, but there too a declaration can't come to this effect, but they've said as a consequence we'll be building that. So is your argument that this is yet not sorted, that unless a procedure is put in place or some sort of...
So
we don't know how to really get this declaration.
Three things actually, all four of them. So let's say a court can be, now Samiullah says is a court of civil jurisdiction.
हर मुश्किल में आपका बैकअप सिर्फ उसाका बैटरीज.
लाहौर एंटरटेनमेंट सिटी, और वो भी घूम घुमा कर नहीं, मेन जीटी रोड पर. तो अपना फोन निकालें और डायल करें 11133987. लाहौर एंटरटेनमेंट सिटी, हैप्पीनेस लिव्स हियर.
सिंध की सकाफत से बलोचिस्तान की तारीख तक, गिलगित बल्तिस्तान की सयाहत हो या पंजाब की शोहरत, खैबर के खाबे हो या कश्मीर की आवाज, मकामी सियासत से अवामी मसाइल तक की बात, सयाहत का